Alright, school set 3.
Set.
Set. Alright, action. Action.
So test your angry and like test and lead to like when you make
I'm not bloody enough. Bleeding too much. Josh. Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah, that's a fairly accurate diagnosis. Maybe. Yeah, maybe 5 weeks.
It's a whole lot less than usual.
How many would you usually have?
Fine, we'll go back to
Oh, yeah. Okay, sure.
He saved the profile for the first half, only profile for the second half, and he's
Yeah.
talking about getting drunk.
I mean,
So-
we have seen. Yeah, no, we have exclusively working this time.
Yeah,
Is it say this was left of frame?
I guess after 4.
Donate before you walk out.
BB 11:31.
Alright. This will be a one taker.
Scene 3, 8, take 1.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, we did debating team and band practice together and stuff.
Just land, like, in this angle. Yeah, like you gotta stay there. That's good.
Here we go.
Yeah. I'm just thinking for our next shot though, so we can actually see his face. Could we possibly get him from here?
That's breaking away.
Okay, we just can't see him otherwise. Like.
Dude, we're doing so good for time, man. I'm so happy to be part of this crew.
Really shot your age.
Chuck on those open lights so we can actually get it.
Alright, so we finished day 2/night 2 of shooting. I think the big positive takeaway is that I haven't given up on trying to make the film that I think needs to be made. Even though I think scheduling wise we've had to sort of really push for time. Sometimes it's just like one take. If we get it in the master shot, we'll move on and maybe do 2 takes of the close-ups and that sort of thing. So I'd say there's a few cases of on my end like miscommunication. So there was a point where one of my actors missed their initial point of blocking that we had rehearsed, and I sort of let that roll and forgotten to communicate, oh actually yeah, we will just let him do that new piece of blocking to my DP, and I think that actually really screwed up the process later on when she had ideas for shots that we'd planned, and kind of like last minute figure out ways of re-angling the camera and slightly repositioning him so that we could use the new blocking. But I think the number one thing I think I've been doing is despite how much time pressure there is, making sure that there's enough of the actors' performances that I think are strong, enough of the cinematography that's actually telling the story. I've just found it's a matter of like kind of protecting the heart of the film amidst the circumstances of maybe I take a little bit too long to talk to an actor, or maybe some technical stuff gets pushed back, and so we're a bit behind time and have to sort of give an actor one less take, or rather than kind of creative directions or directions that give them a sense of the story or give them an intention or a goal. Sometimes I've just gone like you're really ticked off, and I don't think that's the best way to direct in general, but in the cases of trying to work quick between each take, give an actor about 1 minute worth of notes, and if it's more than 1 minute, we got to move on kind of thing. So sometimes in that minute I'm kind of floundering and kind of going, it's, like you can imagine what that would probably sound like, but I think the film is still working out. The vision's there, the tone's there, the performances are there, even though I have a tendency to doubt and be self-critical. In some ways that can be positive because it prevents you from making a bad movie, but in other ways it can be detrimental because you might have something that is really working, but you're second guessing yourself or whatever. But I think for the sake of this shoot, I think actually being a little bit picky and fussy and trying to get the right shots and the right performances within a limited time frame, I think is actually working out. The crew would probably like being a little bit less pressed for time, and I understand that because I've worked on some other films that have gone quite smoothly because the scenes were simpler and shorter and that sort of thing, so I could kind of give simpler notes and make sure I was, pursuing the story and having enough takes and stuff. Yeah, I don't think I'm not doing my best work from a process standpoint. I think I can be clear on that sort of thing, but I think from a product standpoint, like the actual film, the actual story, I think that's getting across pretty well. But yeah, that's sort of my director's vlog. Hopefully there's some sense made out of that, and you could get something from that, particularly for the directors out there or filmmakers out there that go, there's no way I could ever make anything because I don't know, I'm too in my own head or whatever, it doesn't mean that you can't not try, you know, it doesn't mean that you can't not go for it. And so, like the film says again, I think I've said this yesterday as well, but if we all just admitted I have no idea what I'm doing, maybe we'd get somewhere. And that's, you know, that's this film. It's not just the characters, but myself going, you know, we're just figuring things out, and I'm a slow learner, but I'm getting there, and I'm creating stuff, and we're creating stuff. And that's what's important. It's like, yeah, we're making a film, and even if it's not exactly right, or I'm not doing the best job I possibly can, the fact that we're making something, and it's got a story to tell, that yeah, that it's worth doing this, even though I don't know exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, so day 2 out of day 3, very tired, gonna fall asleep and probably wake up at like midday to start shooting again tomorrow at like 7. So yeah, day 2 out of 3.